about everything that's happened today and prospects for the future in just a bit. But first, we're going to go to our Blue House correspondent Hwang Hojun, who's live at the press center in Seoul. Hojun, we hear that President Moon and Kim Jong-un will visit Baekdusan Mountain together tomorrow.
Devin, if I said before that there aren't that many things that would surprise us here at the DDP Press Center during the third Inter-Korean Summit this year, well, President Moon's Blue House spokesperson Kim Eui-kyeom's abrupt announcement was one of many that proved me wrong. Take a listen.
President Moon Jae-in and Chairman Kim Jong-un will visit Baekdusan Mountain together tomorrow. Chairman Kim suggested a visit, which President Moon accepted.
The announcement elicited probably the loudest exclamations from the reporters here at the Seoul Media Press Center. According to pool reports on the Q&A session the spokesperson had in Pyeongyang soon after the announcement, the two leaders will head to the southern summit of Baekdusan via a cable car, and if weather permits, they will also head down to Cheonji, the crater lake on top of the mountain. The First Ladies, the South Korean delegation, and the pool reporters are expected to accompany the two leaders on their impromptu visit to the peninsula's highest mountain. After this visit, President Moon and his entourage are expected to head to Samjiyon Airport, the closest airport from the mountain, and return home. Tomorrow's visit to Baekdusan Mountain will be a dream come true for President Moon. I'll remind you, the South Korean president told his North Korean counterpart in April during the first Inter-Korean Summit that he wishes to visit the mountain and that he hopes Kim would make this wish become a reality. He reiterated his dream of climbing the mountain as soon as he arrived in Pyeongyang while still on the plane.
Well, we'll be looking forward to some pretty amazing footage from there, no doubt, when they go. Hojun, let's talk about the declaration that was signed by the two leaders earlier today. Senior Presidential Press Secretary Yoon Young-chan gave a recap of the agreement earlier this afternoon.
Correct. He underscored that the Pyongyang Declaration talks about three things: the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, improving inter-Korean relations, and finally, de-escalating military tensions. He stressed that Pyongyang expressed its willingness to destroy its Yongbyon nuclear site, calling it North Korea's practical determination for denuclearization that would end the era of war and usher a new era of peace and co-prosperity. This was probably aimed at the U.S. government, which has raised concerns about North Korea's determination to actually follow through the denuclearization process. The U.S. has called for Pyongyang to prove its commitment, such as providing a list of its nuclear facilities. North Korea, in return, demanded that an official declaration ending the Korean War is signed first. The sudden friction led to the cancellation of U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo's planned visit to Pyongyang in August. Yoon said President Moon will brief his U.S. counterpart, President Trump, on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly next week on both the disclosed and confidential results. That is set to take place next Monday. And regarding North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's promise to visit Seoul by the end of this year, Yoon was wary about jumping to any conclusion such as an official declaration to end the Korean War then, but he said that just having a North Korean leader physically visiting the South Korean capital holds great significance for inter-Korean relations and the security landscape of East Asia. Now, just to give you some updates from the additional footage that came in, the two leaders and their wives attended a luncheon at the Ong류 restaurant, famous for its Pyongyang-style cold noodles. For dinner, President Moon ate at a local restaurant called the Taedong River Seafood Restaurant, where Pyongyang residents are known to commonly dine. And just less than an hour ago, we got the latest live feed of President Moon entering the May Day Stadium. He is expected to deliver a short speech afterwards, addressing the 150,000 North Koreans in attendance, and that speech is likely to be broadcasted live. Devin?